going on, people? I am Swaver, joined by co-host Illuminating Lenses, Coco Love, Journey to be Great. And this is the Opinionated Facts Media Group podcast. On this podcast, our mission is to build better relationships within our community through using the power of conversation. So, E, what you got for us?
Yeah, so Caresha, aka Young Miami, she was on Instagram Live and she was talking about marriage and how she didn't want to be married. And she said the reason why she didn't want to be married was basically because all dudes cheat or whatever. And then, if you cheat on her, she ain't gonna be able to forgive you. Which I mean, I get that, but everybody know by now, unless you're on a rock, that she was dealing, with Diddy, who, he publicly lets it be known that, he be out with other women and everything like that. I mean, everybody knows it. So my thing is, I just feel like, she contradicting herself. You can't act like, oh, go ahead.
Like wanting to put the pressure on somebody else that you don't want to put on Diddy. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that too. And it's just like, don't try to push this narrative that all men cheat. And it's like, don't push that narrative just because you with somebody that isn't really cheating because they already told you they with somebody else anyway. You see what I'm saying? Like, don't push that narrative just because you keep dealing with folks who deal in that nature. That's my problem.
But she's not the only one that has this type of thinking. I've seen it in men. And, I'm going to be honest, I've been there myself where I want a relationship that was going to be completely faithful, but I dealt with a man that I knew was dealing with other women because I wanted to be with him. So I get it. Thankfully, I have evolved in the way I think and I carry myself. But it's common. You will want a man to get with you and be faithful, but you will accept anything from this other guy just because he hadn't put a title on.
It sounds like a trauma response, I guess, if you will. I don't know if she just doesn't realize she's putting herself through that right now. I don't really know. And then you can tell to me, like in her other interviews and stuff like that, like I think I saw her on one or whatever, and she was like, somebody said, I saw you and you guys and your men or something like that. And she was like, what man? I'm single. It's interesting. They don't really act single like from each other, but then, obviously he kind of does because then he shows up with the baby. So,
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like she's trying to portray that they have a understanding, and maybe they do, but it does seem like when she makes comments like that it does kind of hurt her. And that's okay. I mean, we all make decisions that are not the best for us or whatever, but as you said, what I'm saying, to lump that onto every man is not fair. But I mean, she's young still. I mean, I know she's in like her mid-20s, I think, or something like that. So she'll meet someone eventually. She just kind of breaks away from him, and hopefully they'll show her differently.
I mean, I'm sure she knew before she got with Diddy what time it is. I mean, like you said, man, that's I mean, come on. You already know. But on the other side, I'm sure there are several men that would love to treat her right. But how many men has she done wrong? We like to always frame this like, the men are this, the men are that. But how many guys do you think, I mean, knowing who she is, do y'all think at her status, her situation, that she can't find no man that'll treat her right? I mean, if you're looking for Diddy's, then probably so. But you think that in her situation, that there's no man out there that will worship the ground that she walks on?
Yeah, but she's not checking for him now.
But see, so that's your own problem. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's your problem.
Right.
You create a problem for yourself, because I'm sure with who you are, there's some man that will worship the ground that she walks on. I just always think it's really funny because even when you get a good guy, it's like, you rarely ever hear a woman say she's got a good man, but you hear a ton of women say, I got a horrible man. Or this man does this. So no man out here is good to their woman?
Let's use another person for example. Now, we always hear about how Future use him up, leave him, and going about his way. You heard about Tierra Prayer and everything like that, right? And this ain't no debate about good men, bad men. This is, if you know how somebody else is, like Future, let's just be real. Future known as a hoe, right? So if you know somebody is a hoe, and then you still deal with them, but then after you finish dealing with them or y'all break up or whatever, you complain about him being a hoe, and then say, well, all men are hoes. You can't say that because you dealt with somebody that's a hoe. So what was do you get what I'm saying now? Like, what is the point?
She might have been her feelings at the time, and maybe she always felt like that, but at that time she just couldn't hold me in no more. It was just like, I got to get this out, and so she just said, I'm gonna go ahead and say what I need to say and do it like that.
I guess the long story short and the moral of the story, I'm basically saying it's like, if your goal and you want to be married or whatever, then you have to date somebody that wants that, that value. You can't instill a value in somebody when that's not what they want. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's basically what I'm coming to with that. But, that's my little two piece, huh? You step off the podium now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just gonna add this little thing at the end. This is something I was thinking about. Has there ever been a time that y'all felt like y'all let y'all feelings get the best of y'all, and it's been a situation where like you really regretted what you did based upon your feelings once it was all said and done?
Yep.
Definitely.
You know, I got to give y'all an example, right? I had a friend, man, and he was a really cool guy, man. We were childhood friends, and we were really, really close. And I used to tell him all the time, like, man, yo, you should probably get out of the streets. And he was just like, nah, this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm gonna do. So, you know, I went off, and then we kind of changed a little bit as far as like how we grew into who we've become. So, you know, he tried the streets and I stayed, you know, I went with the job and school. So he ends up getting caught one day and he has a gun and a pound of weed in his truck. And somebody told on him. And so when they told on him, first thing he's telling everybody is, you know, as soon as I get out of here, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and go see old boy about snitching. And so
were he referring to you?
No, he wasn't talking about me. I mean, it wasn't me. I wouldn't tell him.
I was going to say, wait a minute.
It wasn't me. So, well, I mean, I can't get that out of that. But anyway, so anyway, he goes to see the guy after the fact. You know, he does his 5 years, you know, or whatever. He gets out, and of course, you know, I guess he's meditating the whole time he in jail about what he's gonna do. So anyway, he rolls up on the guy that snitched on him or whatever. Then they get into this altercation. Then he gets stabbed because the guy has a knife. So now he's got to spend some time in the hospital recovering from a stab wound. And you know, basically the other guy, he doesn't get any time because that's self-defense. So he chose that path, and now he put himself in a position to where he's having to live that life. And I think that inside he doesn't want to live it, but I think he was just excited about it.
Yeah, it gave him a rush.
Yeah, like he likes that lifestyle, but I think it's because he doesn't know of anything else.
And rushed his ass to the hospital as well.
Right. First the prison and then the hospital.
And so now he's got these built up emotions, and he's doing time now. You got to think about it. He did wrong, so now he's doing time, and then when he gets out, he's thinking about still doing more wrong.
Instead of trying to figure out where he went wrong at the first
Exactly. So his emotions, in my opinion, just keep putting him in situations where it just keeps making his life worse and worse. So that's why I wanted to talk to y'all about that. I think that I want to bring awareness to that. Sometimes you shouldn't act on every emotion that you feel, especially when the consequences. Okay, if I do this, if I do act on these feelings, you got to stop yourself sometime and really go over that. And that's really what I wanted to say. And you guys said y'all had something like that happen to y'all before too, right?
Yeah, I flat some tires before.
Hey, that's confession. All right. What about you? Anything you did that you like, man, I regret that. Just the action. You ain't gotta tell us the story. Give us just the action. Something you just did. You was like, man, I kind of regret that. I shouldn't have did that.
Probably trying to talk to a friend, but you know, that's another situation.
Oh, you going for the low blow.
You know.
I have things that I regret that I have stated. Like, and I think now that I know myself and I'm older, I know my my mouth.
She's still a head buster. Don't let her lie to you. Don't let her lie to you. She's still a head buster.
I mean, I can be, but I really, really try to like avoid confrontation. But yeah, in the past.
Bullshit.
Anyway. In the past, you know, I especially when I was like in college or whatever, I didn't care anything about it. So, you know, I definitely try to think now or whatever, and before I speak and before I do things, because, you know, your emotions can definitely get the best of you. And then, you know, I definitely I've had a time where I could have been in those silver bracelets, you know, I really could have, for real.
A time or two.
We know.
Time or two. But
mate 475. Oh,
but what you guys if you guys have anything that you have done that where your emotions got the best of you, don't forget, man, write in a comment down below, let us know what you've had going on. But that's what we have for you guys today. I want to thank y'all so much as always. We really appreciate you guys for tuning in and just listen to us. I am Swaver, joined by co-hosts Journey to be great, Coco Love, and Evelyn Lenses. This is the Opinionated Facts Media Group podcast. Until next time, peace.